Once upon a time, in a small village nestled between the hills, there lived a little girl named Luma. She was a curious child with big round eyes that sparkled like stars. Every night, Luma would sit by her window, looking up at the sky, wondering what secrets the moon held. She was fascinated by the way it glowed so brightly, hanging there in the darkness, surrounded by millions of twinkling stars. One evening, as Luma was about to fall asleep, she noticed something different. The moon seemed bigger, closer than ever before, and its light was softer, almost calling her. She stood up and tiptoed to the window, gazing at the glowing sphere. To her surprise, a gentle voice whispered through the night, "Luma, would you like to go on a journey?" Luma blinked in disbelief, looking around to see if anyone else had heard. The voice came again, soft and soothing. "Come with me, and I will show you the wonders of the sky." Curiosity tugged at her heart, and before she knew it, she whispered back, "Yes, I would love to." Suddenly, a beam of silver light stretched down from the moon, wrapping itself around Luma like a blanket. She felt weightless, as if she were floating on a cloud. Slowly, gently, she began to rise, higher and higher, leaving her little room behind. The village grew smaller beneath her, and soon she was soaring among the stars, the wind softly humming in her ears. The moon's voice guided her as she drifted through the night sky. "Where are we going?" Luma asked, her voice barely louder than the breeze. "We are going to visit the lands beyond the stars," the moon replied, "places no one from your world has ever seen." Luma looked around in awe as they passed shimmering clouds made of stardust and rivers of light that flowed through the sky like streams. The stars twinkled gently, each one greeting her with a tiny flicker as she floated by. After what felt like only moments, they arrived at a place that Luma had never imagined. Below her was a vast glowing forest, its trees made of silver and gold. Their leaves shimmered softly, and when the wind blew, they made a soft, melodic sound, like the tinkling of little bells. "This is the forest of dreams," said the moon. "It's where all the dreams in the world are born. Every night, the dreams grow here, waiting to be plucked by the breeze and sent to the dreamers." Luma watched in amazement as tiny creatures no bigger than her hand fluttered through the forest, gathering dreams in glowing baskets. Some dreams were soft and gentle, like floating clouds, while others sparkled and danced with excitement, ready to whisk away to someone's sleeping mind. As Luma floated down, her feet touched the soft golden grass of the forest. It felt warm, like a comforting hug. One of the little creatures, a dreamkeeper, flew over to her, its wings glimmering in the moonlight. "Hello, Luma," it chirped in a sweet, high voice. "Would you like to help us gather dreams tonight?" Luma smiled and nodded eagerly. The dreamkeeper handed her a tiny basket made of silver threads. Together they wandered through the forest, gently collecting dreams that floated like bubbles in the air. Each dream was different. Some were about flying, some about exploring secret places, and some about meeting new friends. But as they gathered, a gentle rustle came from the bushes behind them. Luma turned, her heart skipping just a little beat. From the shadows emerged a glowing creature about the size of a small dog. It had soft silver fur that shimmered like moonlight and eyes as bright as the stars. "Oh, who is that?" Luma asked, her voice curious but calm. "That's Moonshadow," said the dreamkeeper with a smile. "He's one of the forest's guardians. Sometimes he gets curious about visitors." Moonshadow padded closer, his silver tail swishing playfully in the grass. He sniffed at Luma's basket of dreams, then nudged her gently with his soft nose. Luma giggled. "He's so friendly." The dreamkeeper nodded. "He watches over the dreams as they grow. Would you like to follow him? He might be leading you to a special place." With a nod from the moon, Luma agreed, and together, she and Moonshadow ventured deeper into the glowing forest. The trees around them seemed to hum with soft music, and the path beneath their feet shimmered as if made of stars. Moonshadow led them to a hidden grove, where a single tree stood taller and brighter than the rest. Its branches were heavy with the largest, most beautiful dreams Luma had ever seen. "This," said the dreamkeeper, "is the tree of forgotten dreams. It holds the dreams that people once had but lost along the way. Sometimes those dreams need a little help to find their way back to the dreamers." Luma reached out and touched one of the glowing dreams, feeling its warmth spread through her fingers. "What happens to these dreams?" she asked softly. The moon's voice answered, "If someone remembers them, they can grow again. And sometimes someone new discovers them, and they become part of their heart." With a gentle smile, Luma picked a dream from the tree. It sparkled brightly, as if happy to be held once more. She knew that this dream would find its way to someone who needed it, just like all the others she had helped gather. After a while, the dreamkeeper fluttered back to Luma's side. "Thank you for helping us, Luma," it said. "You've collected dreams that will make many children happy tonight." Luma smiled, feeling proud. "But I don't want to leave yet," she said softly. The moon's gentle voice returned. "There is still more to see, my dear. Come, follow me." With a soft sigh, Luma let the silver light lift her again, and together they floated away from the forest, higher into the sky. This time, they traveled to a quiet, peaceful land where the stars seemed even closer. Below them was a crystal-clear lake, its surface smooth like a mirror, reflecting the sky above. "This is the Lake of Reflections," the moon explained. "Here, every star has its own reflection, and when someone looks into the lake, they can see the dreams and hopes that live inside their heart." Luma floated down to the edge of the lake and peered into its shimmering surface. At first, all she saw was her own reflection, but as she looked deeper, she began to see something magical. In the water, images of her dreams appeared. Dreams of adventures, of helping others, of exploring the world. She saw herself growing up, meeting new friends, and making the world a kinder place. Tears of joy filled her eyes as she realized how many beautiful dreams lived inside her heart. "I never knew," she whispered. The moon's voice was soft and reassuring. "Your dreams are a gift, Luma. They will guide you as you grow, just as the stars guide travelers in the night." Luma felt a deep sense of peace wash over her. She stood by the lake for a while longer, watching the stars twinkle in the water, feeling the gentle breeze against her skin. Finally, the moon spoke again. "It's time to go home now, Luma. But remember, the stars, the dreams, and the magic of this journey will always be with you." With a soft sigh, Luma nodded. The silver light wrapped around her once more, and she began to float back towards her village. The night sky shimmered as she passed, and soon she was back at her little window, the moon shining softly above. As she climbed into bed, the moon whispered, "Good night, Luma. Sweet dreams." Luma closed her eyes, a smile on her face, and drifted off to sleep, knowing that the magic of the night would always be with her, guiding her through her dreams.